So as you can see in the video, this Palestinian man is watching his home being demolished by the Israeli IDF, whatever you want to call them. And, you know, it's sorrowful. It's an emotional thing. You know, I've done videos on the fact that if you deep what's happening here, this is a home that means a tremendous amount of history to people. You know, I own a home. You know, a lot of you watching this video might own homes. Those homes sometimes get passed down. You know, it becomes like a legacy family home where, you know, Christmas time, holiday season, you all gather with your extended families, have a really good time. Imagine if you now had to get kicked out of that house because some other people wanted it because they believe that God willed them that land, and you have to watch as they demolish your home. Sometimes you get sent a letter, demolition order, saying you have to demolish your own home because some Jewish settlers want this house. Now, there was an event in New York, I think it was last week, where some people gathered outside and they started chanting. It was outside a synagogue. In the synagogue, they were selling land in the occupied West Bank. So Palestinian land was being sold to Jewish settlers with the intention to go and move there and occupy that land. Just imagine that for a second. That would be like if there's an event here. I'm Nigerian, and there's an event being held here because, you know, some people from the British colonial era or whatever had some land in Nigeria that they want to get back, and they're selling that land in my country. So some people going to protest that event, and at the protest, some of them were chanting, you know, they support Hamas. Now, all the politicians, including the mayor, Zoran Mamdani, come out and said, we can't have that. It's anti-Semitic, vicious anti-Semitism. You're supporting a, you know, terrorist group, a blah, blah group. It's interesting that they don't view what the Israelis are doing as terrorism. You know, people have pointed out that, you know, as Hamas killed, you know, innocent civilians. Yes. As the IDF killed innocent civilians. Is anyone doubt that? But the fact that the opposition to the, you know, Holocaust era crimes that are being committed by the forcible displacement of the homes and selling it in the United States of America, that also goes against US law, by the way, what they're doing. But the fact that all the energy is being given to the protesters and none being given to the people that are committing historic crimes, you know, the people that are chanting for Hamas, the most they'll be guilty of, which is not even, the First Amendment exists, so they're not guilty of any crime in America for saying that. The people that are selling the land are actually guilty of crimes. There are UN resolutions, there's international law, Rome statutes that prevent what they're doing from happening, yet they're doing it in blatant violation of that. The people that are exercising their First Amendment right to say things that some people find disgusting or disagree with, they're the ones that the most energy is being given to. And I think that's such a perfect microcosm of the asymmetry of this situation. Even when the Israelis are the ones told